Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to more Kirby Superstar Ultra. The question mark image. Wait, okay, hold on. Do you mean this image? Do you mean this image? This man has no mouth and he must scream? This is a classic image. This image is a classic image. It's only shown on stream once before, but I love this meme. Is one of my favorite memes I've made. It's stupid. Oh my god. How are we all doing tonight? I hope we all are having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. What's going on? Oh, this is great. Austin. Austin. That's me. My name's Austin. Austin. It sounds like I'm calling myself Oyster. I'm the Oyster Man. Yes, that's man. That is the man. Oh my god. I miss you. Hopefully I can watch your stream often now that I can't stream. Hopefully I can watch more often now that I can't stream often anymore. My job is to make hours. Fair. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry your job has you with so much hours. That is unfortunate. But hi Jakara. Welcome. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for joining us. And I mean, I hope everything's going well with the job. And thank you for joining us. Wait, you're not an oyster? I could be. I don't have a fur stone. I'm not a furry, but I guess it could be an oyster. Fuck it. If someone's willing to fucking turn me into a goddamn oyster, I would take it. Why not? Honestly. Jakara, thank you so much for the 6 months. I appreciate that so much.
Less than 3.
Huh. I'm surprised it said less than 3 for that, but fair enough. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's just go quick. Let's go down the list really quickly here. First of all, Doug, how you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for joining us, and thank you so much for joining us for as long as you can. I appreciate it very much. Secondly, Kodaka, how are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful evening as well. Thanks so much for joining us. That is the man. He is the man ever. You're welcome. Thank you. I mean, thank you again, and I appreciate it. I just said, okay, never mind. Anyways, this is the man ever. And thirdly, Starlight, how are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful evening as well. Thank you so much for joining us. What's happening with you? What's going on? How is it hanging? New game time. Help earlier, one of my fan-run news accounts of a game of mine accidentally retweeted furry art to the new account and said the person for like 10 seconds until it was deleted. Good. Good. We love... Wait, does that show up on screen? No, it doesn't. Okay. We love furry art. I just reminded me that you said that you weren't a furry. That is very funny, though. That is incredibly funny. I always love when, like, a Twitter accidentally tweets something that they do not mean to tweet at all. You know what I'm saying here? Like, there's been, like, oh my god. I mean, I shouldn't... Like how Ted Cruz was liking not safe for work stuff on his political account. Honestly, that was like the funniest shit. For real. I'm okay. Glad to hear. It's a nice job, but yeah, 9.5 out of the day, 7:35 at night, and only... Oh... That is very rough. I am so sorry. God. And no break and no... Okay, actually, no overtime is illegal. Hey, if you are doing more than 40 hours of work in America, you are automatically granted, you're automatically granted overtime pay of 1.5 your current rate. So straight up, if your job is not giving you overtime, you need to actually file a complaint with the Labor Bureau, because they are actually stealing wages from you. Like, that's actually pretty bad, for real. And trust me, like, we need to be... Sadly, I'm getting paid on a stipend. Oh, Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about being paid on a stipend. I don't... That's a good question, then. I'm not considered a worker? Hello? Wait, no. Wait, hold on. If you're doing 40 hours of work, you should be classified legally as a full-time worker, I think. Man, I might need to look further into these worker rights logistics, but, like, that has me pretty worried, for real, actually. Anyways, workers' rights forever, and, for real, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die as Meta Knight, awesome. For real, right, oh, I need to heal. Yeah, I can heal, good, awesome. For real, though, I don't know, just America right now is in a very bad place with its workers' rights into these loopholes. I don't know. I think these might be worth looking into for yourself, just to make sure that, like, you are not being screwed over in ways that your boss is trying to do to give them more money than you get. I don't know. But yeah, no, right now I'm just watching very heavily about workers' rights in America. Not only because capitalism is a bitch and we're literally succumbing to it is just a nightmare. We are at a nightmare state in this country in terms of its workers' rights, but also, if you don't know, right now, America is facing a trade. I don't know exactly the terminology I should be using here, but it's a strike by by people who work on the rail line. There we go. There we go. There's currently a strike going on for the railways because rail line workers don't get sick days. They do not have any sick days, period. And as such, they are now fighting to get. They're fighting for 14 days of sick. 14 sick days. And specifically, the House just passed. There is a Joe Biden decided, oh, I'm not going to actually support worker rights. I'm going to support the bosses because I don't want to strike at a critical moment in the U.S. economy right now. So instead of, you know, siding with workers' rights, instead he is actually advocating that workers do not get sick time. And now the House has done this whole thing where they've split a bill, they've split the union, they've basically put two bills into practice here, for this situation. And the first bill that passed, literally does not guarantee any sick days at all, but the second bill guarantees 7. But that's dumb, because they shouldn't have split the bill to begin with, because now, when it goes to the Senate, the Republican Senate is going to absolutely vote for the bill that has no sick time, and deny the 7-day one. Which, by the way, the railway union has already fucking denied, like, the counter offer from the from their bosses being like, oh, we'll give you like 5. I think it was 5 sick. I don't even actually really know. It's just bad. We're in a bad place right now. For real. Anyways, also late, but I'm doing okay. Stream started like a minute after I got into bed, and after getting this cozy bed, so cozy stream watching until I sleep. Hee. Fair. I hope that the sounds of my voice and the sounds of me talking about the labor rights of America are good sleep talk. Oh, I have to fucking fight D. Holy shit. I guess that makes sense, but that's wild. You don't really see these two fight, actually. In fact, basically the only time that they've ever been in combat together is when they were fighting together. I don't know, I think that's fun. God, Twitch defaults, or there's something alright. So here's the thing. You used to be able to disable the default Twitch emotes. You can't do that anymore. You can't disable them anymore. I know you could disable them because years and years ago when I was using Twitch, I was able to disable them, and now you can't. It's really silly. And it says, a stipend is a payment made to a trainee or learner for living expenses, unlike a salary wage or paid to an employee. Though the terms stipend and salary are often used interchangeably, the U.S. Department of Specifically Stipend definition of separate that must be made to pay a stipend. If you meet the requirements to be considered a trainee rather than an employee, the amount of stipend is at the employer's discretion. Your minimum stipend check could be less than minimum wage. Oh my god! And your employer won't withhold any income tax from the stipend checks. You'll use some of your stipend money to pay any taxes you want it. Hello? America is so broken. America is so broken. America is so broken. So your employer considers you a trainee and not a full employer, and that's how they're getting away with underpaying you and not having to pay for overtime? Hey, America's awful. Oh my god. I straight up didn't know that if you were considered a trainee, they could just pay you less than minimum wage? And just, oh my god. I'm going to destroy America. You know what? I'm going to run a campaign to become president of the United States, and when I win, there will be no capitalism will be destroyed. There will be no more capitalism, ever. I'm so sick of it. It's exhausting. It's tiring. God damn it. Please do, LOL. Oh, absolutely. Fuck. We communists. We communists in this house. For real, for real. Oh my god. I'm so sorry for you, Jakara, and I hope that you are able to... I hope what is due your way comes your way, you know, like... I'm just, there. Yes, please, I can't vote, but I would. Your vote would be legal in my country. Oh my god, I've thought about this a lot. Like, it could never be, but like, I've personally always thought about, like, starting a micronation. And like, in theory, what I found out is micronations are nations that are literally not recognized by the world. But like, fuck it, I don't know. Like, there's a shit, like, yeah, Kotica is Canadian. So that is why she is unable to vote for me in an election, but it is still very funny. I don't know, but I don't know. I think it is a fantasy to have a micronation in which everyone, you know, has equal rights and people get fed and their needs are met. You know, I don't know. We truly do live in a world, huh? I ain't dying yet. Weird thing is, taxes are being withheld from our checks, so I'm guessing my job is the exception. I think it'll be getting taxed in a year rather than being paid out with my current checks. I think what it is that, like, the wording of it, the wording of what you found online makes it seem like they don't have to set aside money from your paycheck for the taxes, but they're doing it in this case. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, that's at least a good thing, but in theory they should already be doing that, so yippee. Thanks for explaining that. Yep, no problem. That's at least my interpretation. I am not I mean, to be fair, I am not an expert on this thing, but at least I do know my labor rights. Or at least if I don't know them all, I know some of them at least. Ooh. Not a lawyer, but I mean that's how. Okay, you know what? At least I'm giving like decent labor rights, like knowledge. I'm better than like at least like 30% of Reddit who thinks that they are all lawyers. You know what I'm saying here? Like, there are so many, you know, there are so many posts on that are just online that are just not a lawyer, but like at least I'm giving you, at least I don't know. Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, exactly. See, what you don't understand is that I'm not Reddit. Does anyone remember the humanized versions of the major social media platforms that went around for a while on like Tumblr for like around like 2013, 14? Like, I see the post occasionally. Oh, awesome. I love causing mass destruction. No, but like, oh my god. People... I might go try looking up the post, but like, oh my god, people shipped the humanized versions of Tumblr and 4chan together, and it was weird. Oh my god, does anyone remember Tumblr Island? Holy shit, I've been on Tumblr for way too long. Fucking, I can't believe I'm talking about Tumblr Island now. For those of you who do not know, Tumblr Island was a post about how people believe that they could buy an island so that they could make it, so then they could, they wanted to buy an island so they could make basically the island for Tumblr users and divide them up into fandoms. Like, I remember there was like a Super Hulock section and like a Harry Potter world, and it was really funny. Oh my god. I feel like if Tumblr and 4chan were actually humanized, 4chan would try to murder Tumblr. Oh, I mean, like, that's already happened. Like, if we're to talk about the actual nature of 4chan versus Tumblr, in 2017, 4chan attempted to do a massive raid on Tumblr and tried to get Tumblr shut down, and it didn't work. Like, that is like a historical thing that happened. So like, yeah, like they would literally, it's already happened. They've already tried to kill Tumblr, which is funny enough. Have you seen the humanized coronavirus time humanized? Or yes, I have, and I fucking can't. Why? Fucking why did people do that? I just... Like, people were making the humanized version of Earth like big breasted. Like I don't get people. I don't get why they feel it's necessary to do these heinous, horrific things. I'm crying, I'm sobbing. And I mean, like, they hate each other. I mean, like, they would actually, 4chan would break into Tumblr's home to death. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, because the Earth isn't flat. Yeah, exactly. No, that was the exact joke, because Earth isn't flat. I hope Elon Musk doesn't kill Twitter. Here's the thing, I agree with you. I don't want, I never wanted Elon Musk to buy Twitter. It fucking sucks that basically he was, because of his own impetus, in his own ego, he was basically forced to buy Twitter. Like, literally, legally, because he promised to buy Twitter, and because he literally bought 10% of the stock. Not only was he forced to buy Twitter legally, but also the stockholders who, the company itself could not reject his offer because it would have gone against the will of it would have gone against the interest of the shareholders, even if it was a bad idea, because legally you can't go against anything that would be in the benefit of the stockholder in America, which I found out only through this. It sucks. Because Twitter sucks in some way, but it's also a great promotion tool. Yeah, 100%. Here's the thing. Since Facebook was never a place, even though Facebook was the largest platform for social media online, it was very much you have to, you know, get your full name, and like you can't really brand yourself as your username, but you know, like whatever. But in that regard, Twitter is now the biggest platform that lets you do that. And you're right, Twitter is a great promotional place, and it's a great place to, you know, speak and talk to your friends and get things out there in the public. And I don't want it to die. I want Elon Musk to fail. I just don't want it to die. I like Twitter. I like using Twitter. I mean, Twitter is a hellhole sometimes, but I enjoy using it. There's a reason why I consistently use it. Hell, I literally just, in the last 2 days, I decided to do one of the posts where it's like, depending on how many likes you do, how many likes this post gets, you do X amount of questions. It was Pokemon themed, and that was fun. It's been fun doing that. But like, if Twitter dies, then like, I don't know. It sucks. Shit sucks. It bothers me so much. Oh boy, eco-fascism. So true, Pensive. So true, Pensive. Oh my god. Anyways, I hope Elon Musk is sent to the fire. Oh shit. Right, I forgot that actually sets things on fire. Goddamn. So if Leia save him money since he didn't want to spend the money on Twitter anyways. Well, that's the thing. Like, he's always had the money to buy Twitter. That's what enabled him to buy Twitter in the first place, because he had the money to do it. You know what I'm saying here? In that regard, he never needed to lay people off. He thinks that it's just inefficient, which is dumb because it's not. Like, we can't forget that he laid off almost the entirety of the cybersecurity team for the site. He thought that was inefficient. Like, dear God, actually. So, I don't know. I don't want Twitter to fail. But I want Elon Musk to just absolutely just shut the fuck up. Wow, he really didn't think they were important for the site. No, he didn't! No, he did not. He really did say, cybersecurity doesn't matter for this, despite the fact that it's literally one of the biggest social media platforms on the planet. Literally millions of people use it. Government officials use it. All these things use it, and they just didn't care. It's just exhausting. Also, he really did just see it as he also just went like, I see this as a money venue because of the whole Twitter blue scenario. I hate people come in and change these without knowing anything. Well, I mean, I agree, but I just also think that a billionaire shouldn't. I just think people shouldn't be allowed to just completely buy massive things out because they're mad. I don't think billionaires should exist, and I don't think billionaires should just be able to buy whatever they want, including Twitter, because he's literally actively ruining it. So yeah, I get it. Hold on, you know what? I might as well call one of the Meta Knights. I haven't even done that. I've just basically done this as Meta Knight. I should do that. I hate the fact that people who have enough money to do literally anything can literally do anything regardless of their qualifications. Yeah, exactly! Elon Musk promised that he could solve world hunger with, I think it was $6 billion? And he bought Twitter for $44 million. He never, ever had any interest in... He never had any interest in dealing with world hunger. He just said it so he could continue to be seen as the fucking philanthropist type, the generous billionaire. But no, he was never that. He's never been that. God, these birds are flying so fast. Help them. Oh yeah, no, the fact that Elon is capable of this should be very scary for the majority of the United States. Everyone here is so proud to have a president instead of a king, but at this point, Elon Musk is basically king. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it is... And the fact that for 4 years we had a president that was a billionaire and was effectively a tyrant who basically did whatever he wanted, including causing an insurrection. Like, oh my god. The rich shouldn't be able to buy anything they want. I just... Yeah, no, like... They... No, I mean, it's more complicated than that, because it's like... No one person should have the ability to do that. Like, when we talk about these billionaires, we really are looking at people that just are able to do whatever they want, whenever they want. Buying massive corporations, massive communication tools that people use on a daily basis in order to promote themselves, their businesses, their lives, you know, share and communicate with people, or run for the presidency. To become literally one of the most powerful people on the planet with access to the military. Fuck. Ugh. Also the fact that he, affirmation disguised ex-president, was only able to become president because he was a rich celebrity. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. But he was also completely backed by the Republican Party. I mean, that might be the ultimate problem here, is that he was backed so heavily by the party. Like, he probably would not have succeeded if the worst party in America didn't decide they wanted him as their candidate. But like, I agree, for real. Like, the fact that a celebrity can just decide to run a country because of the money. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. No one would have... Well... yeah... Oh, I fucked this up. Okay. I have to think about this puzzle while I talk about the economical, political stance about the way this works. Okay. There we go. Go. Run. Yeah, Trump trying to ran on the backs of a bunch of white people who saw the problems of the world and got tricked into becoming fascist. Yeah. Yeah. Like, absolutely. Like, 100%, and it's... Oh, it's just ice cream. Well, that was useless. I guess that's fair. That was for a treasure and not anything else. Okay. Well, he's not just a problem in this time, because we're still facing this problem of, like, pure fascism in this in America. Not just in America, in the world. Like, this is very much a thing that is happening right now, and it continues to happen. This is why it's so fucking scary that Donald Trump is considering running for presidency again this upcoming election. Because, oh my god, no, he shouldn't be allowed to, especially because, like, this is also just an incredibly frustrating part about it all. You know, the fact that he, as of right now, has not been even criminally charged of anything. He's, you know, literally under investigation, but has not, in fact, actually been charged with anything. And as such, because he hasn't been charged with anything as of yet, he is still federally allowed to... You know, if they indict him on a felony, then he can no longer run for presidency. Which, in this regard, I should say, sorry, I meant to say product, but fair. Yeah, no, don't worry. Which, I mean, in that regard, do I think... I mean, there's a... I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this, because in this regard, do I think that... Oh, I'm dead. Do I think I'm dead? Yes. In this regard, do I think people convicted of felonies should have their right stripped to run for presidency? Good question, because, you know, it depends on the felony, and even then, like, there are felony charges that don't make sense anymore. You know, I don't know. It's a complicated question. Donald Trump should literally legally never be allowed to run for presidency again. Absolutely not. The fact that I'm like 1 hour America and there's a lot of problems I don't even have to think about here. So I'm very aware of my privilege being born here instead, but I wish I could help all of you there. Going to donate to American bill fundraisers and stuff when I can. That is appreciated. Like, I mean, I know Canada has its own set of political issues right now. They are... I'm trying to find the way to put it, because it's not that I'm gonna say America's problems are more pressing. Although they are just a little bit. But, like, in this regard, like, I don't know. Both countries have shit to work. I don't know. Thank you. I should just say that. For real, I do want to do, at least at some point, a stream, a charity stream, where we raise money to just help people pay for their, like, GoFundMes, and like, you know, if they have medical debt that they're asking people on GoFundMe to help with. I do kind of want to do a stream where we'd crowdfund for that, but also, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's more that, like, I'm trying to think about how to say this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where Anyways, most people say America is stupid rather than oof, let me help them. I feel sorry for them. So that's so you're the first world country, but we're dumb. And politically, there's no true justice, only corruption. I mean, America is, well, right. This is an interesting quandary about the nature of this all. Oh, awesome! I just wanted milk. Yo, I just wanted this milk, and they decide they're gonna throw spikes at me. This is so fucked up. This is the interesting quandary about talking about America in itself, because so in this regard, there are a lot of people who talk about red states and how we just have all red states secede from America. We don't need red states. And that's actually missing the problem, because I mean, in theory, yes, like, it is people who have been convinced by the Republican Party in these countries. Oh, I died. It is people in these states who have been convinced by the Republican Party that they're right. But also, one, we gotta remember here that, like, these people have been lied to. They've been basically gaslit to believing the Republican Party's lies. And not just that, but there's people in these states I mean, okay, so Starlight does have a point here. I mean, even though we are defined as a third world country, by God, we are not a first world country and third world country means really nothing. It's actually more racist than you think. But if we are to go up upon these definitions, no, America's not a first world country. It is a third world country. It is, we are literally... Fuck, there's a good term for this. There's an actual term for this, and I'm forgetting what it is, but it's like, we're not a... First of all, we're not a democracy. We're an oligarchy. We're a republic, first of all. We're not a democracy, we're a republic, but we're also effectively an oligarchy. For some reason, the red coat culture is the only culture that they know. Well, yeah, Plato's we have. I'm going to pitch to you the theorem here of Plato's allegory of the cave, which states that if you lived in a cave your entire life, and all you see is and all you are able to see from the outside world is, if all you're able to see is shadow, then all you know is shadow. In this regard, if you've been born and raised into the puppet screams, nothing happens. Awesome. If you are born and raised into a red state and you do not have any, and you don't know anything else, then no, you don't know anything else. You know, like it's the principle of you can only know what you know. So in this regard, we need to help re-educate people, or we need to give people the chance to be re-educated. Uh-oh. Oh my god, what happened? That even happened on the capture card. What the fuck? So I don't know. But I know, by the way, Starlight, I know you're not calling me an asshole, don't worry. See, I feel bad for them, but we can't get rid of their ideologies because they'll be getting rid of their fear. We're white. That's why having abortion be a state choice is kind of nice, but no, I mean, abortion shouldn't be a state choice. No. Abortion should be legal. It should just be up to the people whether or not they want to get abortions. Abortions are life-saving procedures, and it's not even about it's not always about life-saving procedures. It's just that people with uteruses should have the choice to do what they want with their body. They should have autonomy of their body. And really, states' rights is a false flag anyways, because when it comes to states' rights, it's basically a matter of these red states, these Republicans, they're arguing for states' rights because they want to be able to make these things illegal where they are without actually considering what the people want. Because, well, we gotta remember, majority of American citizens want legal abortions, legal and safe abortions. And we gotta also remember here that when it comes to states' rights, Republicans still want slavery. Like, slavery was states is one of their big things about talking about. We gotta remember, Republicans like to say that the Civil War was a thing about states' rights. But, you know, what they always not tell you is it's the state rights to have slavery. In that regard, we should never trust Republicans to talk about states' rights because they want to take away the liberties and the liberties of the people. Sorry, I meant the ideology as being a state's choice is nice, but it definitely goes against the free will of the person. And in practice, it's not nice, and even in American ideology, it's a contradiction. I don't, calling it a contradiction, that's interesting. I don't know. See, that's the interesting part about just America as it is, because is it a good thing to have multiple states, or is it a better idea to have one federal government? Because I don't know, because I don't know what's happening with my capture card. It keeps I think it just might be the HDMI cord, actually. At this point, it keeps happening with only Wii U games. I don't know. We also need to educate people on the fact that that need to be re-educated isn't really shameful or an insult. They have the right to be. Yeah, that I agree with you 100%. People are very defensive about receiving new information. I mean, this is an actual thing about not philosophy, but like this is an actual thing about people. I guess I would call it, in this regard, the first information bias, whereas people are always going to more stand by the things that they know firstly, then believing in new information presented to them. There is an actual term for this, I don't remember what it is, but, like, in this regard, like, yeah, we should actually we do need a cultural shift of being like, it is okay to be wrong. It's okay to not know everything and be wrong, and to be corrected. That's fine, that's okay, it's a good thing. I mean, like, if we were always right about, if we always believed we were right about everything, by God, nothing would have ever been done. Nothing would ever change in this world. Like, straight up, we'd still think that, like, bloodletting actually heals you from deadly illnesses, when, it doesn't. That's what killed George Washington. People only started talking about states' rights in the modern era when they weren't able to get discrimination decriminalized on a federal level. It's just pulling any stick they can to get things what they want, which is control. True. You're completely correct here. That's all the Republican Party wants. They want power. That's been their ultimate assessment this entire time. It's what they crave. It's what they believe they need. And it's bad. Like, states have to be separate from the federal government at some point to be fair and not a monarchy, but yeah, exactly right. It's a weird thing that another government can't police your body and health. That goes too far. I mean, I agree. We need more civil liberties when it comes to autonomy of the person and making your own health decisions. But, I mean, that's the interesting part here, because I mean, we're one of the few countries in the entire world, one of the, like, there's less than double digits worth of countries in this world that have independent states under a federal government. Like, we are very weird in that regard. Oh my god, I have to fucking take down my own ship. Fuck yeah. We're odd like that. So, you know, they can exist. Like a country can just be a federal government and more local government. It doesn't have to be state. I don't know. I've been snapped at so many times for saying it. I've been snapped at so many times for just saying stuff like, not mad, but it might be better to just say, it might be better not to say this slur, just so you know. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ. Hey, why do people like slurs so much? They should stop, like, people should stop using slurs, period. I believe there was some study about specifically focusing on anti-vaxxers and the conclusion if someone is convinced of enough of a falsehood, presenting facts that will actually make them more convinced of said falsehood. Yes, exactly. So if you tell an anti-vaxxer that vaccines are safe and they save lives, then they can be more convinced that vaccines aren't safe and will take lives. Yes, I've heard about this, and it's very bad. Like, again, it's what I call in this regard the first information bias, and it sucks. It's really unfortunate. Family primary units and stuff should be differently policed from the law, but the question is who should be policed by, because medical professions have their hands tied by corrupt insurance companies, and there's no true justice in medical practice either. Justice is an interesting term to describe medical procedure. I mean, there is no equality. I guess the best way to put it is there's no equality in medical profession, in the medical profession, unless you have a shit ton of money. Because you're right, insurance will just straight up fuck you over on things that you need to survive, because it is more profitable for them for you not to actually go through with it, which, you know, you pay for the insurance to be covered in case of emergency, but they believe it is more profitable for them not to pay for it. So yeah, no, in that regard, like, fair. That's not equitable. It is actually harmful, but I don't know. It's not. Justice is very much more judicial. I don't know. So one time I was in my philosophy and I was asked someone to say the G word. Oh yeah, for Romani people, yes. Absolutely no one sided with me. In fact, one of the nurses, by the way, was the only person with internet access for first to look it up. Gross. And then one of the other patients pantomimed my voice going, hey, that's a slur in front of literally everyone. I am so sorry. That is horrific. Absolutely fucking horrific. Like, I also hate that that is one of the more, like, it is a slur, but it is also just incredibly frustrating that it's a slur that so much of the population believes is an actual thing that they can say because they've been taught that it's okay to say. You know, like, I mean, like, this is how slurs work. This is how they, you know, continue onwards, because people believe it is okay to actually say them. But, like, damn, can we really stop saying it? For real, for real? Can we, like, not have media that actually says this anymore? Actually, it would be nice. I'm a positive note. I did get consoled by one of the other nurses. I did get consoled by one of the other nurses who then nominated for a Daisy Award. It's from away. It was just the Vitals guy who rarely actually talked to patients. Well, I'm glad that they still actually were willing to listen to you and, you know, hear you out about a very serious topic. So fucking good for that guy. For real, for real. The Vitals guys are least biased and pretty nice, I think. Fair enough. I'll take your words on it. Yeah, that, but like, oh, something about being made to feel like you're in the wrong when you know you're in the right, because you're just wanting is just for someone to be more kind, but people act like you feel like giving you something wrong. Yeah, it's bad. I really, really wish people had more I wish people had more compassion about, like, hurting people's feelings and doing wrong to them. Like, we can all sometimes hurt each other's feelings, and, like, that, it sucks, but it's true, and that's why we need to be okay with recognizing when we have made mistakes and, like, own up to them. If you hurt someone, you know, apologize. Try to understand their perspective and how you made them feel. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard, but some people make it to be the most horrendous thing you could do, is make them feel bad about a thing that they did to you that made you feel bad. So it's not great. Then again, I know people tend to be shy about people who are nominated for prizes who aren't getting them for some reason. If I recall correctly, you can't view Nobel Prize nomination before 1965 or what, at which point probably everyone had been nominated before 1965 is too dead to get any self-esteem when they'd be nominating. I didn't know that. That also might be because... is it because of a shyness thing, or would it be more because they just didn't keep the records of that? Because I would genuinely not be surprised if they just didn't keep the records on the nominations. Oh no, they have records? Okay, then that's wild, actually. Huh. Maybe they didn't want people to get insulted about not winning. I don't know. Well, I mean, like, if you're nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, you probably aren't the type of person who is egotistical enough to be mad if you don't win. You know? I don't know. I would think, but I don't know. I don't know any Nobel Peace Prize winners. Like, I really don't even... I only know of one Nobel Peace Prize winner. I don't even know his name, but it was because he had to sell his Nobel Peace Prize because he had medical debt. It was the only way to... It was the only way... It was his last resort to actually fund his medical bills. Thank you,
Francis, I think so. Maybe. I just realized the Nobel Lottery. Lorraine's definitely very assholes. Either Francis Crick or James Watson, which one isn't dead. I think it's James Watson. I think James Watson is correct. I think that's the name I remember. I don't know. I could be wrong. Because the human brain is not good about these things. The human brain is weird as an archival system. Oh, I was about to say that he's not gonna return. And start a tumultuous protest. I don't really think. Oh, right, it's a rocket. That's funny. The Peace Prize is awarded not only to peaceful people, but people done to promote it. There could be a shitty winner, kids about peace, but it's not saying not egotistical. Some people love getting praise for doing it. I mean, yes, that's fair. I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about this. Because, like, I don't really pay attention to the Nobel Peace Prize. Like, it's like the great, it's, you know, humanity, society considers it one of the greatest honors to be nominated and to win a Nobel Peace Prize. But, like, I don't know. That's weird. You ever think about how we focus so much on awards? Like, that's not necessarily where I'm going with this. It's more like, we have focused very much on our attention on, like, media awards rather than awards for incredible action in the world, because like the Nobel Peace Prizes aren't being filmed with a live student audience. They just kind of happen, which I guess is fair. I don't really want them to be theatrical, but like they're not being broadcast, and like I don't know, maybe I'm just in the wrong circles to be talking. I shouldn't say wrong circles. Maybe I'm just not in circles that talk about the people who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Like that would definitely be a fair statement. It's also bizarre in that regard. A human archival system. Did you mean Jonathan Sims? Well, I mean, like, I get. It's not that I disagree with you here. It's not that I'm having hesitation about this. It's more that, like, I just want Johnny to be okay. I know Jonathan Sims is not okay, but you know, a guy can hope. A guy can dream. Lol, this is how they're winning beauty pageant numbers, when they feel like they're answering random questions. I guess? I don't know. I've never paid attention to a beauty pageant. In fact, the only beauty pageant I think I've ever paid attention to is literally the fucking spy film where the woman agent has to go undercover as a contestant for the world beauty pageant or whatever it's called, and like she basically she wins. She's actually very good at it. She becomes the winner of it. What is that fucking movie called? Does anyone please tell them? I'm almost certain people know what I'm talking about. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. Miss America? It might be something. Oh, Miss Congeniality. No, it's not. Fuck, what is the movie? I hope someone knows what I'm talking about here. I don't really know how the literature or peace awards work, but the science ones during Alfred Nobel's life was also possible to make it a revolutionary scientific discovery in your basement with a friend. That's true, but that's not really possible anymore. You can't discover a Bonson in your basement. And by that, I mean, not even Elon Musk has the funds or the space to discover how it's been in his basement. It was that big of an undertaking. Currently, you just cannot make a small team of 3 people. No, you can't, unfortunately. You literally need to be massively funded by big money interests in order to have enough to do the research required. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. The Nobel Peace Prize is actually decently outdated in that regard. You do actually, it is effectively, and it's not necessarily, it's not entirely money-based, because you still do need to have you still need to have done or discovered something that did, in fact, provide major strides of the public. But you're right. It is, in fact, now also a contest of who had the money, who actually had the money to do the research necessary to find the thing, to do and find the thing that they wanted. Like that is exactly an argument against capitalism in its entirety, because capitalism is not equal in how it provides the resources. Because under capitalism, we might not ever know what if let's say in this regard someone without capitalism could be the next Shakespeare of this generation, but they don't have the money nor the funds to actually, like, get their stuff published. Like, we would never know, because they just didn't have the money to do it. You know, like, in this regard, because everything must be funded by capital, the artistry and advancement and engineering in all these regards literally are not equally provided. They cannot be equally done because you must have just capital to do it. Shit. Oh, okay, well, I'm here now, so we will kill Rock Lobster. Oh, we will not kill Rock Lobster. Rock Lobster has killed me. I mean, that's a good reason why the Nobel Prize update, that's not really what I was getting at. 3,000 people did not discover his bar, 1,000 people... What the fuck? Oh, okay. 3,000 people did not discover his Boston. 1,000 people did, but you can't award Nobel Prize to 1,000 people. It's just not in the rules. Do Nobel Peace Prizes have to be individuals, or can they not be entities? Like if can a group really not win the Nobel Peace Prize? It has to be individuals. If so, I did not know this, but that is fucky. Fuck! You don't want to sing a Nobel Prize to a group of 3 people or less. What the fuck? Yeah, it is really outdated. Hello? 100% they need to change that. You're right, yeah, it does take thousands of people to get this shit done. Which is good. You know, like, it's good that there are more eyes and more brains on this. But the fact that the Nobel Peace Prize can only go to 3 people for every prize is ridiculous, actually. Is it this? Do I have to? Are we gonna give you writers as a rock lobster fight? Okay. Well, I have to actually play this pretty well because I don't have the means to recover health. It's fine. We're almost done. Which probably says something about capitalism is more easy to read as a symbol of idol culture. Well, I mean, as I have just pointed out, it is, you know, both. It is about... I don't know. You know, I don't even know if I would call it about idol culture, because as we've just discussed here, the reason why it is like this to begin with is because the art of science has changed in how we have come to a point where we have made so many discoveries that now, in order to make more, it requires more people. It requires an exponential amount of people in order to make new discoveries? I don't know. Think about how many things good free menu if I do it, but the funding is wild. I mean, I agree, 100%. fuck. If I was a billionaire, I would no longer be a billionaire. I would, like, okay, this might be weird talking about, but if I had the money like Mr. Beast does, if I was a billionaire like Mr. Beast, I would not be doing Squid Games. Bro, I'd be fucking paying for my viewers' bills and shit. Absolutely, I would, well, not just for my viewers, but, you know, like, I would be doing actual good for the world with the money that I have. Billionaires. It's just another masterclass of why billionaires shouldn't exist, because they have all the ability to change the world possible, and they refuse to actually do things with it. It's a lot about things I'm not smart, okay? Sorry, I really like to talk about the history of science. No, you're all good. You have no reason to apologize. It's fun talking about, like, 100%. God, blowing up this crystal. Entities? Do you mean like the Magnus? I am excited for the Magnus Protocol. I am very excited though, for real, for real. I actually have very much missed the the Magnus Archives, and it's exciting to actually have both Johnny and Alexander Jane back to write more horror. I should honestly read I should read the new books Johnny has written. I just simply haven't done it because as much as I would like to read, I don't know, that weird thing about reading at this point in like my life, because, you know, like, there are things that I would actually like to read, but like actually sitting down and reading is such a hard thing to do at this point. I would like to read more, but I think at this point, to read for me would be having to engage with audiobooks, more or less. Hold on, why did level 2 take nearly 8 minutes? Oh my god. If these are done in under 2, what the fuck was I doing? Wild. Yeah, I've always kind of felt weird about Mr. Beast, because many people are like, oh, such a philanthropist. Like, if that was true, he would not be rich anymore. He's not a philanthropist. In fact, he's like, as a billionaire, he's just bizarre. I don't know. Go Meta Knight, go. You know, he's just bizarre. I get he's probably like, in this regard, Elon Musk, even if Elon Musk sucks, he is still attempting to do a business and like do businesses, even if he is actually basically functionally incapable of running all the businesses he does. And not just that, but he sucks at the businesses that he does. But like, but Mr. Beast is basically using all of his money in like, for like, super ego reasons. No, he's using them for aid reasons. Like, he is the id here of all of this. He's using it mostly just for self-play. He's using it for Squid Games, but he's using it for complete and utter pleasure. I guess it's not a bad thing, because here's the thing. Ethically, Mr. Beast is more ethical than Elon Musk. Because you know what? At least Mr. Beast isn't like doing irreparable harm to the planet and to people by making his stupid little YouTube videos. I shouldn't call them. I mean, I don't like Mr. Beast. I'm not a fan of his work, nor would I really be a fan of his work anyways, but like, you know, in this regard, like, I probably shouldn't call them stupid. At least he's just doing videos, you know? He's doing weird things. Although, it sucks that he's well, okay, maybe I should back up here. The man bought an island for a YouTube video. I shouldn't be fucking talking, actually. I mean, they're not violent Squid Games. Well, I mean, yeah, he completely missed the point of Squid Games. He replicated Squid Games, but missed the entire point of Squid Games. In fact, not only did he miss the entire point of Squid Games, Netflix missed the entire point of Squid Games, because they literally, you know, are making Squid Games the competition. Like, they're making actual Squid Games competition where you participate as one of the 456 contestants to try to win $456,000. Uh-oh, I need to heal. But it, you know, like, at least when Mr. Beast does it, it's because he's a fan, even if he completely misunderstood. But he also saw him more. I wouldn't call him a fan. He basically attempted to. He's attempted to make a shit ton of money by stealing the concept of a person who worked 10 years to have anyone see his script. So in that regard, it's not great. I don't know. I've listened to his books on Audible, and I definitely recommend 13 stories. It's kind of like 13. It's kind of like 13 early season TMA episodes, so the audio format really works for them. Fair. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I don't think I've ever actually really participated in an audiobook before. I only listen to podcasts. Like in terms of like audio narrative, in terms of audio narrative, I've only listened to podcasts. I've never actually listened to a book done before. But I want to. I should. I don't know. Like, I have so many podcasts in my life that, like... You know what? If I end up in another situation where I'm basically out of podcasts for a decent period of time, I might just actually start listening to an audiobook. Yeah, like, for real, that's not a bad idea. And I will admit, I think blowing all of your billions of dollars on weird BS isn't great, but, like, it's better than stockpiling and just doing nothing with them when you can at least be paying someone to record your BS. Though I guess it's possible that the people employed by Mr. Beast have no rights and he's basically a tyrant. Maybe, probably, honestly, probably. I mean, like, if you're a billionaire boss, you're like, you have less reason to... Here's the thing. If you're a billionaire boss, you have less reason to be ethical to your employees. Because you don't need to make a profit. That's what's interesting about... That's what's at least weird about Mr. Beast, because he's making videos, and he's technically trying to make a profit off of them, but, like, he doesn't need to make a profit. He has already won. Like... If you're a billionaire, I guess you've won the game of life because you have enough money to do whatever you want for the rest of your life, and you physically cannot spend it all, so it doesn't matter. That's true. I don't even know how Mr. Beast got his money. That is actually something that has actually pondered me. I don't know how Mr. Beast got his money, because I think he's just a trust fund baby. To be fair, that means that, his parents, that means that his family has been exploiting the working class. But, like, I don't think he himself, like, owned a business or anything. Yeah, I think he inherited his billions of dollars. I think. Again, I just don't think he was, I don't think he owned a corporation or anything like that. So I don't know. Oh, there's a Kirby. Also, never did read that the first chapter case is actually read by him, so it doesn't take TMA because they're the same voice. Nice, that's awesome. That's fun. That's fun to just have like a Miner's Magnus sequel, I guess. I don't know. I think it's fun. But I am excited for the Magnus Protocol. I did kickstart Protocol at the tier where I can get a personal message from Johnny when it comes out. So I don't know what I will make my personal message. I'm thinking on it. It's a good question what I want to do with it, but I don't know yet. I don't know where he even came from. He just out of loop without popularity. I think he did just appear one day. Like, actually, he did just kind of appear. I mean, to be fair, we can potentially chalk this up to information bias because, suddenly one day he appears in our peripheral and then he's everywhere because that's kind of how peripheral information bias works. But you're right, like, it's bizarre. I love that they just reskin where red. Me neither. I'm thinking on it. If it has to be non-commercial, I won't do something for the stream, because I was thinking about having Johnny say something for the stream. What if I made Jonathan Sims say, "We love and appreciate you, Buff Grovile." Wait! What if I got fucking Jonathan Sims to do a 30-second statement on Buff Grovile? That actually sounds very funny. That'd be the funniest shit. Oh my god, is that worth it? Maybe that would be kind of funny as fuck, actually. Is Mr. Beast even a person? Well, I mean human. I don't know. He's Mr. Beast. He's a beast. I guess. I mean, if you're a billionaire, you're not a human. Like the joke is maybe Mr. Beast is an alien with infinite matter creating something, but that's asking if Superman is a person. He's the Beast! He's the one from the Bible! No way! I can't believe it. He is the one. He is the man from the Bible. From the Bible. Did you know he's the Bible? That reminds me, yeah, what's up? Jesus Christ, I'm screaming. Oh, I need this. I need my sippy. I need my milk carton so badly. I mean, no, here's the thing. Superman is a person. Absolutely. Mr. Beast is not a person because he's a billionaire. You know, does that make sense? Like, in this regard, Mr. Beast is not human because he is transcending a experience that isn't... Like, I don't know. Billionaires aren't human at some point. You just basically can't be human at some point if you are literally have billions of dollars. Some apocalypse theories believe that the Chernobyl incident was foretold in a book of Revelations about as the toot of the third angel, which caused 1/3 of all water on Earth become bitter and poisonous. What? What? Bro, this sounds like fucking Splatoon. There's literally shit in Splatoon 2 about, like, there will be a apocalypse of the salmonids, and it was predicted in a fucking biblical book. Like, hello? Oh, alright. Sure. Oh shit, wait, nothing. I'm getting my ass beat by a cloud with spikes. Okay, no, my ass is not being beat by a spike with cloud anymore. I wonder if it'd be acceptable to say something about my identity being valid, because teammate John being ace has been such a comfort to me to helping me feel like I'm broken. If not, I'll probably just go with something standard, things like thank you for a TA message. I 100% believe that he would tell you that your identity is valid. I'd be very surprised if he denied your request to be like, I want you to tell me that me being ace is valid. You know, I'd be very surprised that if he chose not to do that. I think it'd be a little bit bizarre. Like, I think he won't say, like, bad shit. Like, I don't think that he would, like, he wouldn't, like, if someone on the Kickstarter requested him to say a slur, he wouldn't be saying a slur. But, you know, like, I think, you know, that... Hold on, wait, hold on here. Because radioactive fallout dissolved in water and it turned bitter. Coffee is radioactive? Everything's radioactive. I don't know. Here's the thing. Everything is radioactive. I think it's silly if... like, unless it's a dangerous level of radioactivity, I don't think it really matters to say something is radioactive. You know? Because, like, asbestos, that That's cancerous. That's cancerous to a dangerous degree. Is coffee dangerous because it is slightly radioactive? No. Oh yeah, cigarettes. They absorb polonium from the ground. What's polonium? I mean, I'm guessing that's a radioactive element, but like, I honestly, I don't know a lot of, I do not know a lot of later elements in the periodic table, mostly because they've never been relevant to me, if that makes sense. You know, like, they just aren't relevant, which is a funny thing to say, but it's true. Yeah, polonium is a radioactive element. Okay. What's its... I almost said, what's its ID? Like, it's a fucking Minecraft... Like, it's a Minecraft item. No, what is its periodic table number? Hey, don't be mean. Oh my god, that did a lot. No, thank you. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get a friend to help me with it. Like, actually, for real, for real. Girls, kill this! Kill this! Kill this fucking chameleon. Why is this chameleon being actually the hardest thing so far? He just has a lot of damage, I guess. Okay, there we go. 84. Oh, polonium was the first discovered. Was the first element that we know was discovered by a woman. Oh shit, really? Yo, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I think so many streams end up with me thinking about real with the topics about he's the guy who smells cyanide, but also he makes stuff that's at the limit of how radioactive be for fun. Oh, Nile Red. Okay, I completely misread that. Okay, Nile Red. Okay. Oh yeah. Now, yeah, I know who that is now. I remember seeing that on Twitter, being like, he's the guy who smelled cyanide. Right. I think we've actually talked about that before. Yes. That is very funny though. For real. I should have capitalized his name. It's my fault. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I was like, what is she saying? What is this? What is this term? I don't think I've ever heard of this. I'm standing polonium now. Good. The polonium stands rise up. Polybius stands rise up. Which is slightly less interesting than the fact that it was used to assassinate a guy. I think those facts are both genuinely very fascinating. I think they're equally fascinating, if I'm being for real. Like, okay. Then I almost said invented by a woman. Yeah, this element was invented by this woman. No, discovered by a woman. Awesome. Used to assassinate a guy. Holy shit, for real? I think those are cool. He also turned plastic gloves into hot... What the fuck? Do you guys know about the person who made an ice knife? A person who made just a full knife blade out of ice? Oh my fucking god. I guess my thing is, people will be more impressed by the assassination thing if you tell it at a party. I guess? I don't know, I mean, if you're a true feminist, you'll be very much more impressed by the fact that it was discovered by a woman. Retweet this stream if you're a true feminist. God, where do I actually go for here? I don't actually remember this. I don't. Jesus Christ. It's also like, oh my god. There's also a guy on YouTube who makes everything into sausages, and it's disgusting. Like, he has a sausage maker. He will put things into, you know, tubes. Into sausage tubes. And he will put them into the sausage maker. And it's fucking awful. If you're a true feminist, Dr. Eggman. Oh, 100%. I'm a true feminist like Dr. Eggman. You know, they call me I didn't have a name for that. I was trying to think of like, okay, what Dr. Eggman thing do they call me? And it's like, I don't know. I guess like, you know, I am Eggman. I have the master plan. God, for real. I was obsessed with I am the Eggman from Sonic Adventure 2 for about a solid 3 months during the summer. Like, it was like my song of choice, and that's why it's part of the playlist for the Star Stream playlist, because I just love it to death. It's such a good song. It reminds me, I was kind of thinking about this earlier, and I want to kind of ramble about it, but it's like, yeah, sure. There's a guy who like uses like his voice to write the voice with an AI, and he puts it over with totally short, totally chaotic fake how to basic style like called Nile Green. Nile Red is fine with it. He interviewed him. Interesting. That sounds fascinating. I think, I don't know. Have you ever noticed Sonic on like Mario, Zelda, or Metal Gear or something? You can't really call it a video game franchise. It is a video game franchise, but it's a multimedia franchise as well. Like, you're right, but you're right, asterisk, because, you know, just because Mario and Zelda haven't had the same number of shows that Sonic has had, they're still multimedia projects. I don't know. Yeah, it's the first piece of media that was a video game. It's hard in comments and TV shows, especially a multimedia cartoon at this point. That was trying to say, no, you're good, don't worry. It is fascinating, like, for real. I mean, it's definitely fascinating that Mario, for the first time in almost, you know, 30 years, is on the big screen again. And not just that, but, like think about it. Mario has not been in a fucking cartoon since the 90s. Sonic since then has had 3 television shows, you know, one of it just coming up, like, next month. I think Sonic Prime starts next month. But yeah, no, like, I mean, to be fair, there was actually supposed to be a Legend of Zelda show on Netflix, but it got leaked. It got leaked, so Nintendo decided not to go forward with it, which sucks and is stupid. Like, just because people found out about it before it was ready for a trailer, you cancel the entire thing. It's silly. Does anyone remember how 10 years ago they talked about wanting to do a Zelda live action? I'm so glad that didn't happen. I don't remember that personally. Again, I know that they wanted to do a Zelda Netflix show and it got canceled because it got leaked. That is a legitimately confirmed thing. I don't know about I don't know about anything else. You know, Starlight, I'm gonna be for real here. Just reading out of context the phrase "well" and "Homestuck" scared the shit out of me. Like, actually, a little bit of fear. The only franchise I can think that's similar is Pokemon, which, you know, is the highest franchise in the world. I mean, if we're talking about series that first started off as video games and then became multimedia franchises, yes, Pokemon is one of the few like that. But there's also Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon and Pac-Man, even if Pac-Man is consistently in a stupid, weird place. Oh, actually, straight up, this is a funny fact. There are people out there who know about Resident Evil and Tomb Raider more from the movies than the actual video games, because my mother, she knows of who Lara Croft is, not because of the video game franchise, but because of the movies. Because the movies were very popular in the mid-2000s. It's just a funny thing to think about, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, I said Pokemon twice, you're good. Yeah, no, it is actually really fascinating. Like, she knows who Lara Croft is. Only because she has seen the movies. She's never participated with the video games. This is a funny thing about, I guess, my parents. as far as I'm aware, I don't think my mother has ever played a video game on her own volition. Like, I guess what we can call a traditional video game. But my father actually owned an NES as a kid, and he and his siblings went to go play arcade, go play at the arcade in their town when it was still open. So it's fascinating like that. I don't know, and it's gonna be fascinating because I don't know. It is actually wild how long media, like video games, I have been around for. Ah, god fucking damn it. Also, for real, it's just fascinating that, like, I shouldn't say this is like the first generation. We are now in the first generation of video game parents, but it's kind of true. We're like probably like the new generation of parents that are currently currently raising children, probably have all played video games, and probably most of them still enjoy playing video games. I don't know. Hey, so, like, is the level design of Super Smash Bros. Subspace Emissary tend to be very similar to a Kirby game, or is this just acting because them being the same team? Like, I just have, like, think, but they play oddly similar, both being the same kind of just elements. No, 100% it's intentional. Like, it's 100% intentional. I think Subspace Emissary is, like, literally, I believe it's directly inspired by this game. But you're right, like, it is fascinating because I've never actually really thought about the similarities between them. But yeah, no, these really are, like, I think they are effectively cousins to each other. It is fascinating like that. Oh, the plot is 100% Kirby-like. It's literally it's literally, there is a set of bad guys that are doing fucked up things, and as it turns out, they're actually being under control of a fucking god. Like, oh yeah, 100% it's a Kirby plot, which is so funny because, like, it's just fascinating like that. It's a plot of, it goes from being very simplistic and very, like, formulaic to, like, you are now fighting God. Setting 2 is also weird with, like, the cosmic setting and black hole and stuff. I mean, like, that is fair, but, like, also the Subspace Emissary fucks for that. For real. I've always kind of loved the way that they use, like, the nature of, like, the actual subspace. I don't know. I think it's cool. I kind of want to play Subspace Emissary again. I haven't played it since I was a kid. I think I've talked about this before, but the first video game I ever pre-ordered was Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I literally went to my local GameStop and I actually put down money to actually get it. And actually, funny enough, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, you know, it was delayed. Like, I put down the pre-order before it actually got delayed, like, I think it was half a year, something like that. So it was like, it was wild. I had to wait even longer, and then in January 2008, like, bada bing, bada boom, Smashed Brothers Brawl is available at your local GameStop. Yeah, the Halberd. It wasn't like the giant ship, basically just modified version of that. Yeah, no, it is just the Halberd. Like, the Halberd literally, the Halberd literally appears as a stage in the game and is also, like, one of the major settings of the Subspace Emissary. Yeah, like, no, it is just there. And then it also falls into the ocean, which is extremely funny. Like, for real, it also just falls into the ocean. It's kind of like mind-blowing that some people haven't played video games and think that they're nerdy something. A friend of mine doesn't ever really play video games, doesn't think they're nerdy, just doesn't want to play them, and all I think is, like, literally, what do you do with your free time? Because I never buy... I mean, that's the thing, like, we have a lot of, like, in this regard, there is so much media in the world that, like, you don't have to play video games. This is a weird thing. This is a weird thing to say, but you know, like in this regard, yeah. People just enjoy other forms of media, which I think it's you know, that's totally fine. Like, good for them, for real. I think video games have. Well, I think video games are very fun. I think you know this by now. I think there's a reason why I stream. There's a reason why I play. There's a reason why I play video games when I stream. But no, it is fascinating in that regard. I agree. Like, but I also just hope one day that, like, there's you know, there's still like people are still trying to argue that video games are not art, and that bothers me to no end, because yes, video games are art. Absolutely, they're art. What are you talking about? Like, and also you're right. There is still a decent notion in the minds of people that video games are just for children, and they are not. They are meant for all ages. Anyone can enjoy video games. Now, am I gonna go back and play like putt-putt as an adult? No, not really. It's the same reason I'm not gonna go back and watch Mickey's Clubhouse as an adult, because there are definitely games that are designed for younger children that are not in interest to me anymore. But like, definitely, like, video games can be art, and they should be treated as such. I don't know. I'm going to smash your brother. Brawl! Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, especially video games. Yeah, video games are the only one. Especially with video games where the act of playing is part of the plot, or getting better at the game is what advances in the story. Well, I mean, like, sure, there is a learning curve to playing a video game. Like, I guess in this regard, there's a curve to learning how to play video games, because you need to understand fundamentally control. You need to understand how generally video games control, how specific genres are played. You have to have a, not only that, but you have to have a good reaction time. Like, you have to, like, if you don't have a good reaction time, you need to just, in order to play a lot of video games, you need to have, like, improved reaction times in order to react to things that are happening. Yeah, getting good at games is not easy at all. For real, for real. I'm just gonna fucking kill this wizard. I don't give a shit. Fucking die, bitch. Are you dead? Yeah, you're dead. Get fucked. LOL. What are even the spiritual stones? They sound familiar, but they just sound like random MacGuffins. You mean the sanct? Yeah. So, like, it's the sound. You get the sound stone from Buzz at the start of the game, and it's the 8 melodies that are located in your sanctuaries all across the world. One in Onet, one in Usun, one in Grapefruit Falls, one in Grapefruit Falls, one in Forside, one in Winters, one in Summers, one in Deep Darkness, and one in one in the Deep Darkness and one in the Lost Underworld. Oh shit, I gotta heal. But like Earthbound, the point is that the Ness kind of learns themselves at the end of Magic Cat, because he's been all around the world and united with all his travels. Wait, hold on. But the whole point is, like, there's a whole plot point where Ness kind of needs to learn by himself at the end of Magic Cat. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Ness literally fights his bad impulses. Like, Ness's nightmare is the evil within Ness. Like, you know, if we're to take Taoism into consideration, you know, there's good and evil, there's evil and good. In this regard, there is, you know, for all that is good, every person does actually have a little bit of evil in them. And in order to conquer basically the evil of all evils, Ness had to conquer the evil inside of him. The doubts, the scaredness, it's interesting. It is actually very interesting. Bro, just get down here. You're literally going to die. Oh, you are literally going to die. There we go. Yeah, dialogue options are more immersive than books. I say most because there's a choose your own adventure books and stuff, plus the music and such. I like visual novels more than books because yeah, that's fair. I agree. This is also part of the reason why books are definitely harder to actually get into, because I am so accustomed to more visual mediums that I like seeing the thing. I don't know. I will grant you one wish. My one wish is to become stronger, so I wish to fight the greatest warrior in the galaxy. Okay. You will now fight a warrior who sealed the way for the fear. His power was too great. I will now summon this great warrior once more. 3, 2, 1, go! Hi, Galactonite. This was not on the SNES. No, this is the DS remake. They did... On the SNES, they did not have these animated cutscenes. Well... No, they didn't have 3D animated cutscenes. They had just 2D cutscenes. You're all good, don't worry. Anyways, I've never fought Galactonite before, so this is gonna be fun. I guess that's not true. I have fought Galactonite once in my life, and that was in that was for Kirby's Kirby Planet Robobot. I've never done the Kirby Return to Dreamland version, and this is my first time playing this game, so. But I've always loved the music of this fight. It's so good. Also, Galactonite is just one of the coolest designs in Kirby. I'm gonna call Mennonite. I'm gonna call a friend. I'm calling in a favor, bro. This is gonna sound this might sound silly, but I've always really wished that genies were real, because I do wish that I could make wishes. And like, for real, I have talked about what I'd wish for in my own head, and I'm like, for real, I would do maybe one self-centered wish, and like the other wishes are for the good of the world. Because, like, yeah, absolutely, I want the world to be better, and if I could literally warp reality with a wish like that, fuck, capitalism's gonna be gone, and capitalism will become extinct. Communism will become the way of the world, and there shall be no more wars, you know. I don't know. But like, if you did the math, even though the SNES guys display pre-rendered moves like that, it didn't have the storage space. The only reason why the DS can do that is because there's more space cut up. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, that's why Star Fox is genuinely so impressive. That took me 30... Hold on. That didn't take 30 minutes. Oh, no. There we go. Wait, why is that time wrong? Am I missing something about this? Oh, no. Okay, it's the cumulative. It's the cumulative. Okay. Oh, I'm stupid. I've been misreading the times this entire time wrong. Got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that did take an hour and a half. What's Moore's Law? I feel like I actually don't know what Moore's Law is. Look at him. He's happy. He did it. He saved the world. Do I have to? I do have to watch this. This is fine. Oh, shit. But once I... Like, that's why Star Fox is so impressive, is because it does have fully 3D rendered graphics playing on the actual SNES, even if it is laggy as shit. Oh, okay. I did not know that. That definitely makes sense. It's crazy that in my lifetime, we've gone from having, like, gigabytes to be... We've had gigabytes be, like, a big thing. To now being... Well, I shouldn't say gigabytes being a thing. Like, storage capacity has increased so much that, like, a terabyte is not actually that expensive anymore. Which is awesome. But it's also crazy. I don't know. Basically, the amount of data you can hold grows exponentially with time. I mean, I like that. Especially because, like, for real, if that was not true, I would not be able to... I would not have the storage space to hold all the streams that I do. We've had 3 years of streams. This is stream number 271. And if every stream is between, like, 3 to 7 gigabytes, that's a lot of data. So I'm glad I actually have a full 5 terabyte hard drive that I put my streams onto. What have I not done? Oh, okay, well, first of all, I have to, well, this actually doesn't matter at this point. I think I can reset now. I think it's saved. I believe it's saved. I just want to make sure. Whatever. Of course, it actually grows logarithmically with time. We're at a point where storage space advancements have started to peter down, but still, fair enough. Oh, it's Meta Knight. Meta Knight's on the screen now. That's fun. Yes, that did save. That only counted as 82%. For real? 82%. Wow. Okay. Whack. Anyways, this is the end of Kirby Superstar tonight. I'm going to now move over to Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. So I'm just going to go to intermission really quickly, and I will boot that up for us.